So here we go. So we are going to start chemical reactions in equation, and in which we are going to cover only chemical equation today. So we will only learn about chemical equations. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to learn about physical and chemical change of matter, right? Because anything happening around us is basically a chemical change, right? Either a chemical or a physical change. So the change happening around us, or we see the event in our daily life, are basically chemical, either chemical or physical changes. So first we'll see what are these changes, then we will see what are chemical equations, right? Then we will learn about law of conservation of mass, and then we will see how to balance equations.
Yeah, I know how to balance equation. Actually, I paid attention to this in my school.
Okay, so that's very nice. So we'll cover these three topics first, and then we will come to your excellence part, right?
Oh.
Okay, so case that what happens when we cut a paper by a scissors, do the chemical composition of the initial substance changes. So you can see here is a paper, right? And we are cutting it with the scissors, right? So is there any change in chemical composition? And I know that what is going in your mind, that ma'am is asking me about the chemical composition. But what is that? है ना? So chemical composition is something with which the paper has made. The matter, the type of matter containing this paper is basically the chemical composition, right?
Can you repeat?
Okay, so okay, I'll not repeat. I'll give you an example. So I have a glass of water with me, right? And this water, if I talk about this water, basically, so if I see, okay, so what is the chemical composition of yours? I'm asking this. So what he's replying me, that I am made up of two elements, which are hydrogen and oxygen, right? So when hydrogen, two molecules of hydrogen and two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen come together, they form a water molecule. So this is my chemical composition, right?
Okay.
As the same, this paper is made up of different elements. So the composition, the bounding, you can say, is called the chemical composition for everything, anything. Okay, so now is it clear?
Yeah.
Great. So now tell me, is there, when we cut it, so is there any change in its chemical composition?
No.
Very good. So no, there is no change. So when we cut paper by the scissor, it forms changes. Means earlier the paper may be the large, but now it is in the, now I have cut it in the small pieces. Now the physical appearance is being changed now,
Yeah.
but the paper is paper now. Very good, very good. So what we call these type of, you can say, a transformation, or the term where the form of initial substance changes but the chemical composition remains the same.
Physical change.
See, it's very easy. Yeah, it's physical change. So physical changes are the changes where we can see the change in the physical appearance or physically, but not in a chemical composition.
But we can also say that a physical change is. No, it's okay.
No, no, please say, please say.
No, 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 it's okay.
क्या
Like that.
होगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा, मे बी आप कुछ गलत बोल दोगे तो कोई बात नहीं, आई वेलकम ईच एंड एवरी आंसर.
Okay. So like physical change, like this is not applicable in every physical change, but like in some physical change, it is reversible, but in a chemical change, it is not reversible because a new substance is formed.
Yeah, yeah. So you can say if we talk about reversibility, so yes, not all the physical change are reversible.
Like a cutting
Okay.
paper is not reversible.
Yeah, yeah, you are right. So I think you have good knowledge about it. Okay. So there are some few example. Crushing of cane. So earlier it is made up of what? If I talk about the physical appearance, so it is made up of tin, right? After crushing, it is a tin only,
Yeah,
right?
but
As
the
the same, yes, yes, as the same this example we have seen, right?
yeah.
So can you give me some example of physical change of matter?
Um, uh, when we make a door, like, yeah,
When we make a
door, like we reshape it. So the shape changes, but the appearance changes, but but new substance is not formed.
okay. So I have few. Let's see what are these. The melting of ice
Hmm.
is a physical change. Why?
It
Because earlier, yes, please answer, please.
because one thing is that it is reversible because it can be again changed into ice and then again changed into water, and the appearance has changed, but H2O is still H2O.
Yes, yes. One more thing we can notice here that earlier the water or the liquid was in the solid state,
Yeah, now it's
right?
liquid state.
Yeah, so only state is changing, state of matter is changing,
Yeah.
right? Second is melting of candle.
Okay, so this is a physical and chemical change both.
How?
Because when we melt a candle, the wax melts and the wax can again be converted into a candle, which is a physical change. So like not only it can be converted because it can its appearance has only changed, it's still a candle, like it's still wax. Like after melting also it's still a candle.
Okay. Okay,
And
okay. So, yes, here is a misconception that melting of candle is both changes, is physical change as well as chemical change. No. If I say burning of wax
hmm,
or burning of a candle is the change which is physical as well as chemical, because while burning there are some different gases, right,
yeah.
which are evolving, and the wax is melting. Here we are only talking about melting of candle, so candle is melting only, it is not burning, right? Now getting my point. So this is a misconception that mostly people, they think in this way.
Yeah.
Okay. So third example is dissolution of salt into water. Okay.
Hmm.
So here do not confuse. Again, I will say that here we are only talking about the state of matter. So the state of matter earlier, if I see this salt, so it was in the you can say solid form or salt form. When we mix into the water, it will
Liquid.
convert in the liquid form. So here we are only talking about the physical state of matter. So tell me what this represent.
So a person is cutting a log of trees.
Okay, so the cutting of wood, and it is a physical change because
Yeah, because the appearance has only changed. The tree is a tree.
yeah, good. So what happens when we burn the wood? Do the chemical composition of initial substance changes?
Yeah, it will change because it is in a solid form and then it turns into gaseous form. So, like, as well as the appearance, there is change in the, like, there's a new substance formed as well, I guess.
Yes, yes. So as I can see that you are comparing, which is very good, that in changes a new substance uh, formed. Second, you are saying change in state,
And appearance.
and third is its appearance, change in state, right? And
Yeah,
also it is irreversible, right?
yeah.
Okay. So when wood is burned, the chemical composition changes.
Yeah.
So what we call these type of changes?
Chemical changes.
Chemical change, yes. So a chemical change occurs when a new substance is formed. So when we burn the wood, we get ash, we get carbon dioxide, right? Carbon monoxide as well. How can we identify a chemical change? So now there are so many changes happening around us. So how we will identify that which change is chemical and which change is physical?
So we can identify it by if there's a new substance formed, like if if ice is melting into water, it's still H2O. But then if something is converting into one substance to another substance, like the same thing, like a wood burns, so from solid to ashes, so it changes its appearance as well as a new substance is formed. It's not the wood after burning also. Like when we cut, it's still the wood, but then when we burn, it's not still the wood, it's ash.
Yes, yes, yes. So to identify whether the change is a chemical change or not, let's see a few points. So a chemical change can be identified by changing in the color, right? So you can see how the color of the leaf is changing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yes, we can see a new substance, it is decaying, and the state is also changing because it is melting, and we can also say it is irreversible.
Yeah, because we can't get the first leaf again.
Good. We can get the first leaf again, but not from this particular leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Production of gas. So in the chemical changes, there is a gas, or always a gas which is produced, and third is change in temperature. So if you see these things, in any change, you can say, okay, this is chemical change because of the production of gas, because of the change in temperature, because of the change in color, right?
Yeah.
There are more things. Change in state. So if you see this pill, I am dissolving it into the water, and now
It is.
it, yeah, but you can question me here that, ma'am, when we were mixing the salt into the water, the same thing was happening, right? But we can get that water again by the process of evaporation.
Yeah.
But here we cannot get
Yeah.
because the yes, good, and color is also changing, which you have seen here, change in color, है ना? So change in state also you can find out with the change of state.
Yeah.
So there are some more example of chemical change. You can say making tea, burning of wood, rusting of iron. So these are the changes where we cannot get the original substance back.
Yeah.
And in these type of changes, always there is a formation of new substance. And also there is a change of state, right? So here they have given one example of burning of magnesium ribbon in air. So what happens when we burn a magnesium ribbon into the air? So you will get a question
Okay,
in
so
the exam.
when we
So
burn a magnesium ribbon, there's a white light which is produced and some powder is left out. So it is a chemical change.
okay. So what I was just, your answer is correct. But we only need to change few words actually. So you will get a question in your question paper. What happens? My writing is not that good, but I can write. What happens when a magnesium ribbon is burnt in the air, right? You will also get a question. Explain the burning of magnesium ribbon into the air, or describe the burning of magnesium ribbon into the air. So you will see the same question in different way, but the answer will be same.
Hmm.
So let's find out. Okay, so you can see one more question. Explain or know, write an experiment through which you can know the burning of magnesium ribbon is a physical change or a chemical change, right? So here you see, when we burn a magnesium ribbon into the air, magnesium oxide is formed.
Hmm.
But the speciality is that this magnesium oxide is white in color.
Hmm.
But if we see it's a byproduct, so it should be in a grayish color, because we get ash in black color or gray color, right? So it should be in that color. But when it is a special case, when we burn magnesium ribbon, we get magnesium oxide of white color,
Hmm.
right? So here is the formation of new substance.
Yeah.
So first condition fulfilled, and the magnesium ribbon burns with dazzling white flame, right? So we can also see that evolution of gases.
Yeah.
So it is also a chemical change, we can say. After burning, it changes into a white powder,
Same.
right? So a new substance is also forming, right? It is a chemical change, we can say.
Yeah.
Now, so from here, I think you should see, because you were saying that you are facing some problem in chemical reactions,
Yeah.
right? So यहाँ पे देख लेते हैं एक बार. So explain the reaction of dilute sulfuric acid with zinc. So do you know what is the meaning of dilute?
No.
Okay. So dilution is the process in which we add certain amount of water in it, right? So there are two forms: concentrate and dilute.
Mhm.
So I think you always have seen the Dettol. If we got a cut anytime, so we put Dettol by putting some drop of water in it.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Because we are diluting it. We are adding a base in it. Water is a base. So
Yeah.
to neutralize or to minimize the acidity of the Dettol, we add some water. So that is called dilution. Okay, so as the same, if I'm saying dilute sulfuric acid, it means we have added few
Water.
molecules of water in sulfuric acid, right?
Okay.
But there are some processes through which we add water in any acid, because there is a chemical reaction. So we have to go with certain procedures. Okay. So now here we are going to react, we are going to see the reaction between the dilute sulfuric acid with zinc. अब sulfuric acid क्या होता है? क्या होता है?
पता नहीं.
Okay, so ये तुम्हें practice, when you do practice ना, see, chemistry is something, chemistry and mathematics are the similar, I'll say. So the more you practice, the more you know the chemical formula of the element, right? Sulfuric acid is H2SO4, right? And zinc is Zn. So they are saying the reaction. I'll give you the whole reaction. Beta, wait, Harshita, wait. So I'll give you the whole reaction. You can write.
I was writing the sulfuric acid ka formula.
Yes, I'll give you na. Here you will see. You will see everything. So then I'll ask you to write. Okay. And even you will get the short note also to revise. Okay. So, okay, so where we were here. So they are saying the reaction of dilute sulfuric acid and zinc give zinc sulfate and hydrogen. So hydrogen is a gas, okay. So here what is going on here is, you can say dilute sulfuric acid and there are some zinc granules, right? So zinc is a metal. So you can see a metal here and there is a non-metal here, and when they are reacting, so what we get? We get the zinc sulfate, right? And hydrogen gas is evolved. Okay, gas A is in the figure. This is the. So let's discuss. So we have seen this as well, right? So if I say to write. To explain this, and you are writing it in this way, that burning of magnesium ribbon give magnesium oxide and burn with white dazzling. So it is not convenient actually, you know. So how we will write? What is the convenient way? So convenient way, put it as magnesium plus oxygen. And why I am saying it is oxygen? Because we are burning magnesium ribbon into oxygen, or in the presence of oxygen, right? Air is what? Oxygen. So okay, so one more thing you should note down. So whenever it is asked, burn this with air, burn this in air, means there is a presence of oxygen, because there is a good amount of oxygen in the air. So ye yaad rakhna. So it gives us magnesium oxide, right? So we can write in this way. Now we do not, now we don't need to write the story kind of, so we can express in this way. But what is the good thing about chemistry, that we can represent this line in an equation. So this is called chemical equations, right? The way we are presenting it, and chemical representation of any equation is different. The representation. So this is a chemical equation. Why this is chemical equation? Because two things are reacting together. They are evolving gas. They are making new substance. You are on mute.
Forming a new substance.
Yes, yes. So the equation used to represent chemical reactions, right? Now, अब वो जो equation है उसका chemical represent क्या रहेगा? Let's see. So here, the properties of new substance from after reaction is different from it is formed. ठीक है? Okay, so I should take you here. Yeah. So we were here, and I was telling you that the chemical equation represent chemical. The equation represent chemical equation. So this equation is representing the chemical equation, that there is something happening with these two chemicals. So what is chemical equation actually? So here we are going to know the equation used to represent chemical reaction. So it is actually chemical reaction. It is a kind of chemical reaction or chemical change, we can say.
Yeah.
So are the chemical equations. So these reactions only are the chemical equations. The chemical reaction, two or more than two substance combine to form one or more new substance. अब क्या होता है chemical reactions में that two or more than two substance they combine together to form a new substance or more new substance, right? So the properties of the new substance formed. So the new substance which is formed after the reaction, it has some different you can say composition or properties or characteristics, right? If let's say an example that we collect vegetable, we add spices, we add water in it and we boil it, right? So after the after boiling them, we see the taste, the change in state, change in physical state as well, and there are so many changes. So what we see, the new product has so many different thing in it, right? So in this image they want to show you the same thing, that you can see the blue liquid here, it is a green liquid here. So when we mix these two, it is converting in a pink substance. ये कुछ अलग ही चल रहा है इसका मतलब, है ना? So maybe it has some different qualities than these two.
Yeah.
So the chemical equation shows the relative amount of the various element and compounds taking part in the reaction. So means there is something, or you can say there is a relation between the reactants or in the product or the new substance, right? So a chemical reactions has reactants and products. So if we take the same example of magnesium ribbon, so magnesium and oxygen are the reactants and magnesium oxide is the product, right?
Yeah.
So product is a substance which is formed by the chemical reaction. Thus, a chemical equation is represent as reactants is equals to product. So there can be reactant plus reactant, right? Or more reactant may be there, right? Yes. So the reactants are written on the left side. ठीक है? So यहाँ से तुम्हारा जो problem you were telling me in the beginning may be solved a bit today, but later on we will solve it completely. So we will write reactant on the left side, right, with plus sign. So if there is one more, I'll write plus sign, I'll write it here, I'll write it plus करके I'll write here, and same as for the product, and we'll write product on the right side, right? The arrow shows the direction of the reaction. So this arrow shows that the reaction is going in which direction. Okay, means if the arrow is in this side, right side, so we can say this is product, obviously, right? The more concise way to write a chemical equation is to use the chemical formula instead of words. So abhi, so what we were doing, we were using the words magnesium, so we are writing the spelling, the whole spelling. But in the chemistry, we have a solution that every chemical has its own formula instead of words. So let's take an example of magnesium and oxygen only. So earlier we have written in this way, right? But we can also write in this way because yes,
yeah,
because Mg is the chemical formula of magnesium, O2 is for oxygen, and then MgO is the oxide of magnesium, right? But if you see it, so what you see that this magnesium and this magnesium is balanced, but what about this two? ये कहाँ गया? है ना? So means this equation is imbalanced.
Yeah.
So how to write a balanced chemical equation? Before writing a chemical equation, let's recall the law of conservation of mass. So the law of conservation of mass is in a chemical reaction. So what is the this law? What this law says about the chemical reactions? So this says that in a chemical reaction, mass can neither be created nor destroyed. So here is the example, and you can see that we are mixing two things, and you can see the weight as well, or mass as well. And after the reaction, we are getting the same mass. Maybe we are getting different substance, new substance, but the mass is same. So this is the law of mass, conservation of mass. So in this, we can say the total mass of element in the reactant side is equal to the mass of element in products, right? Or we can say the number of atom on reactant side are equal to the number of atoms of product side.
Right.
Okay. So चलो एक example लेते हैं. So this is the example. Fe plus H2O gives Fe2O4 plus H2. So what is Fe? It is iron. Yeah, very good. It is iron and it is water. So when we mix, we give ferrous, we get ferrous oxide and hydrogen gas. Right? But what we see that here only one Fe, here 3, 4, you know, what is happening? So when we balance the equation, what we will do? So we will count the number of element on both the side of the arrow. So we'll write first of all Fe, H, O. So we have three things in the reaction. So let's count the number of atom in reactant. Now let's count the number of atom in reactant. So Fe has 1, hydrogen has 2, and oxygen has 1. Now let's see on this side. So Fe has 3, oxygen has 4. Oxygen has 4 and hydrogen has 2. Means it is not balanced. Let's balance it. So what we will do? Means this is not following the law of conservation of mass. So what we will do? We will see the maximum number of atoms, right? We will see the compound that contains the maximum number of atoms. So I think here this Fe is oxygen. Oxygen is containing the maximum number of atoms, right? So we'll start with oxygen. So let's count the oxygen part. So in the reactant it was 1 and in the product it was 4. So what I will do, I want to make it 4, so I'll write 4 here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I'll write 4 here, no issues. Then we have to compare the Fe. So, but if I see Fe, so okay, no, not Fe, not Fe. We will see hydrogen now, because now if I write 4 here, it comes as 8.
Yeah.
Right. So now we will see this, and here it is 2. So we'll multiply it this side, product side, by 2. So if I multiplied this by 4, yeah, It is 2, 2, 4 is 8. So it will be 4, 8. Then we'll see Fe. So it was 1 and here it is 3. So we'll multiply it by 3. Right? So now if we want to check whether the equation is being balanced or not, what we will do? Sorry. We will just count. Okay, Fe3, 3, 4, 4. So ऐसे करके पूरा we will match it again. So एक बार और check कर लेते हैं. So here is equation. So check whether the chemical equation is balanced or not.
Yeah.
It is balanced. Yes, because the number of atoms in reactant sides are equal to number of atoms in product side. So we have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now just identify the physical and chemical change. Is it a physical or chemical change?
Physical.
This?
Chemical.
This?
Chemical.
Okay. Now identify physical change.
First one is chemical, physical, and this is the melting of candle or burning of melting.
Okay, it is melting.
Physical.
Yeah. Okay. So what we get as product when zinc and sulfuric acid react?
Okay. What is sulfuric acid?
H2SO4.
H2SO4 plus Zn.
Yeah.
How do we know what will we get?
Okay. So it is H2SO4 plus Zn.
N. Yeah.
So what we will get? So, okay, now I'm getting where you are facing problem, that what will form.
Yeah.
So it is ZnSO4 plus H2. Okay, and why I'm just telling you now in the short, but we have a concept, right? So we have types of reaction. Then I will explain you how these compounds are making. So what happens that this displays this. Okay. Okay. So it will come here and hydrogen gas will evolve. So name the reactant and product.
Fe and H2O are the reactant. Fe3O4 plus H2O is the product.
Okay. Okay, so find the number of atom of each element present in the chemical equation.
Yeah. Mg1, O oxygen 2, and yeah.
So we have to make a table like this. Okay, so we have to write the number of atom on both sides. Okay. So balance the equation.
Okay. Mg plus O2 gives 2. No. 2 Mg plus O2 gives 2 MgO.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what we have learned today.
Physical and chemical change, balance of chemical equation, and what is chemical equation? Law of conservation of mass.
Okay, so we have learned these many things today, and we have lot more to learn as well.